better than I know me. You know his body.
How's your prayer life going? Is the love you have for others expressed in your consistent prayer for them? Or have you given up praying deeply for others at this point in your life? Jesus knew that we would be tempted to give up praying. And so in his parables, he spoke of the persistence of intercessors, as we see in this story from Luke 11. When the main character rushes off to get bread from the one who has, we read, "Suppose the one inside answers, 'Don't bother me, the door is already locked, and my children and I are in bed. I can't get up and give you anything.' I tell you," Jesus says, "even though he will not get up and give you the bread because of friendship, yet because of your shameless audacity, he will surely get up and give you as much as you need." That's verses 7 and 8. Jesus often used pictures like these to tell us to persevere in prayer. Another time he used the picture of a widow who kept irritating an unjust judge until eventually he gave her what she asked for. Jesus says that's how we should pray. Now, does this mean that God is a cruel person who would rather stay in bed than get up and give the bread that he has? Does it mean God is a cruel judge who needs to be irritated into answering our cries? No and no. Jesus was not painting a picture of God in these parables. He was focusing on how we should pray. And he was saying if even unjust and cruel people will answer a persistent person eventually, how much more can we expect that from a loving God? In fact, just after this story, Jesus said in Luke 11:11-13, "Which of you fathers, if your son asks for a fish, will give him a snake instead? Or if he asks for an egg, will give him a scorpion? If you then, though you are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give the Holy Spirit to those who ask him?" Even evil people will give in to persistent requests. How much more will a good God give to those who are persistent in prayer? Intercession implies a shameless audacity to push on and on in prayer. Not that that is how you always pray, by the way. Much of the time prayer is quiet and restful and refreshing. But when it comes to interceding, there are times when you thrash and wrestle and get passionate and bold before God. Not that you lose your humility, but that your passion for the situation and for God's healing and help makes you show some shameless audacity. Have you given up on prayer? Frustrated that the results you want haven't come? Persist in prayer, friends, like the man banging on his friend's door for bread, like the widow hounding the judge. Unlike those two stories, you have a good God who hears your prayer and provides in ways you'll probably never know.